Hey guys, how you doing? I went and saw Louis Theroux's My Scientology movie, and I'd been waiting for this for a long time. I love Louis Theroux. Just love his style and the way he approaches subject matter, and so I'm really interested in Scientology and I was really keen to see his take on it, and I tell you, this did not disappoint. So written and directed by John Dower and also written and presented by Louis Theroux. There's been plenty of docos and other films in the past that have dealt with a lot of similar matter that's in this film, but Louis adds an interesting element into it, and basically what he does is he casts people to play pivotal roles from Scientology like Tom Cruise and David Miscavige and reenacts certain scenes and basically gives you an insight into what you otherwise wouldn't be able to get footage of. And so it's a really interesting way of mixing up similar content from other films that he covers.
I am, and since 1987 have been, the chairman of the board of Religious Technology Center.
I would take it down a notch.
Okay.
Because I think that went a little too conversational.
We know we can't get the real Miscavige.
Oh, can I just give you a letter? Wait, I've got...
But we can create our own Miscavige.
So the film follows Louis basically just on an endeavor to try and find out more about Scientology. Marty Rathbun, if you've seen any other documentaries like Going Clear, is a big part of the film because he used to be the Inspector General of Scientology and then left the church in quite a controversial way. So in Louis' typical style, he puts up with a lot to actually get this film made. I mean, as you may or may not know, Scientology are really intense when it comes to their counter-surveillance, and they basically just try and screw over anyone that tries to attack the church. And so throughout the film, Louis is followed, he's harassed, members of his crew and Marty are harassed on a seemingly daily basis.
You're trespassing.
We have a permit, it's fine.
4 hours of the same car being behind you starts to look a bit suspicious.
How you doing, Mr. Squirrel? And I don't want him filming me.
Well, you're filming us.
Tell him to
Well,
stop.
what? You tell him to stop.
Tell him to stop.
You tell him to stop and I'll tell him to stop.
Louis deals with confrontation and controversy in a really interesting way whenever he is sort of in the face of someone that's really going at him. I just love the way that he's able to be so straight-faced and kind of calm about it. You know, you've got people harassing him right to his face with cameras, but he's just like, man, how does that make you feel? You know, just talk to me, what's going on? It's kind of like he's your friendly neighborhood psychiatrist or something. It's just really awesome to see the way he's just not intimidated and not scared of anything that these guys can throw his way. And I just love that about him. In all of his films, he's not there with a bias or an intention to prove one thing or another. He's really there to try and show another side to things or to uncover something that people may not have understood or known previously. Louis wanted to try and show that there may be a good side to Scientology. And in order to do this, he tried to get access to Scientology centers. He tried to get access to interview Scientologists. Unfortunately, he couldn't do so, and they restricted him from pretty much everything that they could, even trying to restrict him from being on public roads. I mean, it's really intense.
Okay, the road's closed, you're trespassing, and you need to leave.
Apparently, it's a public road.
No, it isn't.
And we have
No, you don't.
But can I just show you the permit?
No, it isn't. It isn't a public road.
Look,
It's
Catherine,
trespassing.
Catherine.
Look,
Whoa,
you're
whoa,
not
whoa,
that
whoa,
stupid.
whoa, you're assaulting
you see
me.
that thing? It says road closed.
Look.
No, look.
Look.
Come
no.
here. Come here.
Let me show you.
No, come on. What's
No,
your
please.
name? Louis?
Louis.
Louis. Look, are you so stupid you cannot see the sign that says road closed?
But look,
Is there anything about that you don't understand? Closed?
Well, look, I've got a permit.
Do you know what
with
a
the name on it.
road means? It's closed.
Whilst his idea to try and show that other side of good is really valiant, his efforts are ultimately quite fruitless, unfortunately. Any sort of interaction that he ends up having with the current Scientologist or anyone who views Scientology positively just became really extremely negative. I mean, there's scenes where he is confronted quite intensely by Scientologists, and they're just so pushy that how can you see them as anything but extremely negative? There really leaves no other impression to be had. And one other thing that I love about this film and that sets it apart is the reenactments, which I touched on earlier. They end up through the film, showing you little hints of scenes and elements that they're going to use this for later. And then towards the end, you get to see a full reenactment of a scene that supposedly happened according to Marty Rathbun that shows a completely different side to David Miscavige. It really gives you a great sense of the violence and the abusive nature that they are so often accused of. And that's something that you haven't really ever been able to see before. How accurate or not accurate it is, you have to rely on Marty Rathbun's accounting, but he seems to be pretty genuine with his accounts. And so I, for one, buy it completely. And I just thought it was a really refreshing and different look into this reasonably tired sort of subject matter.
This is the reenactment of which we've been talking about doing, and Marty's here. We've got actors and we've got our set as discussed with him.
Welcome to the hole.
You fuck up one more time, I will rip your fucking face off!
Get with me, motherfucker!
Don't look away!
He's got it. He's got it.
Is that something he would say?
Scary, huh?
Little bit.
Yeah.
So overall, I love this film. If you're a fan of Louis Theroux, if you're really fascinated by Scientology and its practices, definitely check this one out. I give it a 4 out of 5, and unlike his other films, that are usually around 40-50 minutes long, this is a feature-length documentary, and Louis is his same old lovable self. I can't get enough of that guy. I just love him. He's just so cute. Just want to give him a big hug. He's so awesome. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you've seen the film, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. If there are any films or shows that you'd like me to talk about next, let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.